Hey, what's up, everybody out there? It's Jeff Sherwood here, and I am back for another Wednesday edition. I'm so glad that all of you have decided to come back and get the valuable training that we're going to be offering this week. Guys, we got a humdinger in store for you, so you're going to get a ton of value. I hope you go outside right now and get the wheelbarrow because you're going to need it to carry around all this knowledge that you're fixing to get. So just go ahead and out there, get the wheelbarrow right now, sit it next to your laptop and get ready to take it out of your laptop and put it right in the wheelbarrow, right? Because we got something special for you tonight. I'm here with two of my mentors from New Zealand, and I'm telling you guys what, these guys are something else. I'm gonna let them talk about what they do and kind of how we met or something like that. And guys, we're just gonna have a lot of fun. So what I want you to do first is log into the comment section. We've got a live fire comments right below this hangout here. So log on into that comment section and tell us where you're coming from. And let's just get started with that. But let me make sure that you can hear me before I go any further. All that good stuff. So I see Vanessa is here. What's up, Vanessa? All the way up in Washington, I believe. I talked to Vanessa earlier. So yes, I'm glad you made it. All right, so it looks like everybody is able to see me, I hope. If not, then somebody please get in touch with me on Facebook and let me know. And that way we won't be sitting here talking to each other for 20 minutes thinking we're live, right? We have had that problem, I'm just saying. But yeah, guys, let me throw it over to Dave and Pam Rosca, and I'm going to let them tell you a little bit about themselves, and then we'll bounce back to me, and then we'll all go and we'll start jumping into some training. All right, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I hear you loud and clear. How you guys doing?
You know that you know us well when you can pronounce our last name right.
Yeah, right.
Well, hi, and thanks for coming out to the hangout tonight. We're here all the way down at the bottom of the globe in New Zealand, which is a tiny little country, and we are solo ad traffic providers, and we are here to teach tonight about high converting capture pages, how to build them, and what to put in them to help conversions. The benefit of being traffic providers is that we actually get to see what converts and what doesn't. So we get to see the up-to-date conversions every day, which is awesome, and we can make capture pages to run against the company squeeze pages, which perhaps don't convert as well because they're saturated. So we are really looking forward to sharing that, and I don't think we've actually shared that publicly at the moment because it's kind of a big secret. So if you're here tonight, you really do need to take notes because it's quite an art form. It's a whole lot of psychology behind it, and you'll get great value tonight.
A special shout out to Nick. I can see Nick in the comments as well.
Oh, Nick, hi.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good to see a lot of people coming out. I know Johnny will be there as well. So Jeff and I and Pam, we're going to provide maximum value for you guys. So definitely make sure that you've got a pen and paper handy because we're going to lay it all out on the line so that you can implement stuff into your business and get higher capture or opt-in rates.
And that's the type of secret ninja stuff that you should keep to yourself. Don't share it. Seriously, it'll just put you above on the top of the pack when it comes to everyone else sharing the same capture pages. If you do your own, then my belief is we like to build capture pages for our clients because if your squeeze pages are doing 18 to 20% opt-in and we can get you up to 40 to 50, then your money is not being flushed down the toilet, you know.
Yeah, you're maximizing your traffic
spend. More opt-ins you get, the more warm market you get on your list, and the sales come your way, which is the whole point of actually running traffic to a page.
Yeah. So Jeff, do you want to give some background on why you'd need a capture page and just the basics as well?
Yeah, for sure. So one of the most important parts of your whole business, actually, in my opinion, the most important is your capture page, because without that, you're not going to even need the rest of your process, because you're not going to have to, if you're not capturing leads, then the rest of it's not going to matter anyway. And so you need to have a high converting capture page. That way, when you run some traffic to it, especially if you're paying for that traffic, you want the maximum number of people to opt into that capture page, right? So like Pam and David were saying, the industry standard on capture pages is somewhere around 17 to 20%. And so you want to be up there in that 30 to 40% range, or higher if you can, right? But you want to be doing about 10% better than everybody else, at least 10% better than everybody else. Because say if you go out and you buy a solo ad, right? Then you're going to run some traffic to that capture page. Well, if you don't have a high converting capture page, you're going to pay more per lead, right? Because you're going to have a hard time getting a lot of people to come in. Say you run 1,000 clicks, well, you might only get 170 to 200 opt-ins if your capture page is not high converting, instead of 400 to 500 opt-ins. So you definitely need a high converting capture page that is different from the one that your business gives you, right? So no matter what type of network marketing opportunity you might be in or whatever, you want it to convert high for you. That way you're not wasting your money, you know what I'm saying? So you want to pay the lowest price possible for your leads, right? So that's the easiest way to do it, is to make sure that your capture page is converting very highly. So so Dave, Pam, I know y'all have some awesome stories to tell us before we get started tonight. So I know we're going to keep it a little bit short tonight because we have so much value to get in there, and we just kind of want to jump straight into the training. So if y'all would just 5 or 10 minutes, tell us a little bit about yourself for the people who don't know you, and maybe they're just seeing you for the first time, and just tell us kind of where you're at.
Yep, no worries, Jeff. I'll tell you a little bit about me, because like life hasn't been easy for me, and it's just like everybody else. Like it's got its way of kicking you in the butt. So at one stage or one point in my life, I felt compelled to lay across a set of railway tracks, because I'd really given up on life. I really felt like I didn't fit in, and I didn't really feel like people really cared about me. So I lay across a set of railway tracks, wanting to end my life because I lost hope. I'd lost hope in creating change and living a different life. So just imagine for a second just how low you'd feel to get to that stage. Like I was pretty down there, and the next minute I lost consciousness and I woke up and I had 2 paramedics on either side of me, like frantically trying to save my life. But all I could think of is I could thought of my mum and just how devastated she would feel, knowing what I was going through in that moment. Because growing up in New Zealand, like being a New Zealand male, like you don't share your feelings. You kind of hide your thoughts and feelings internally, like most males. So she would have had at that stage no idea what was going on and how I was feeling. So all I could think about was her. So again, I lost consciousness and I woke up 24 hours later in a hospital bed, and there was a nurse standing on the left-hand side of me, and she gently touched my shoulder and said, "David, do you realize what's happened?" And I said, "No, what's happened?" And she said, "Well, you've been in an accident, and you've just come out of theatre, and the doctors have amputated both your legs." And life for me right in that moment was over. Like it was so devastating, because when you have your legs amputated and you look down and you see them, you get quite a shock, because you still feel like they're there, but they're not. So to know that I was a direct result of that happening to me was huge, man. And the lowest point in my life or at that moment, was when I was at night lying in bed in pain, and at 5:45 a.m. every single morning, like a bad joke or a bad nightmare, I'd hear the reverberations of trains going past, and each time that I'd hear those trains, it would break me emotionally a little bit more and a little bit more, till it got to a stage where I stopped feeling. So I was just a shell of a person. So that's fine. But what I didn't realize is my true hell was yet to come, because those of you that have been in like traumatic situations or accidents and things like that, what happens is initially you get a lot of attention from friends and family, but after a while people move on and get on with their lives, and that's when it becomes really, really difficult, because it's just you and you having to deal with what's happened as a result of your actions. And that was really difficult for me moving forward, because I had to accept the truth that what my actions were a direct result of what had happened, because it's a lot easier to blame others, like blame other people for that circumstance. But I had to accept that. I had to accept that I could no longer play professional football anymore. I received a letter in the mail from my employer saying that your services are no longer required due to recent injuries. They didn't even have the guts to come and approach me in hospital and tell me to my face. So what I did is for 4 years of my life, I just locked myself away at home, not engaging in life whatsoever, just terrified of going outside, facing people, seeing them react to the fact that I don't have legs. I was just, I've really felt worthless. And at that point in time, I was extremely angry at life. And anyone and everyone that came around me, I'd lash out. So family was no exception. And it took, well, the turning point for me was when my mum came up to me and said, David, like, I've had enough of this. I can't do this anymore. Like, enough's enough. It's either you do something or you can move out. And initially I was like, yeah, well, whatever, like, there's nothing wrong. Like, life is fine. But I realized that deep down, I realized I needed to create change in my life. Like, I needed to start engaging in life again. So initially I declined Mum's invitation to get counselling, but Mum's being persistent, I ended up doing it anyway, just to shut her up, as you do. So I went along there, and the counsellor gave me two interesting insights. The first thing is she did an exercise where she got me to go through or list everything that I do within a day as far as activities. And honestly, all I did for 4 years of my life, and it was embarrassing to actually see it in written form, is I would get up in the morning, I would go on the computer, and then I would have something to eat, then I'd go to bed. That was my life for 4 years. And that was really, it's really kind of like blew me away to actually see that I wasn't living at all. I was pretty much like a shell of a human being, and that was it. And she also said to me that my sister had been into counselling too to deal with it, and she said to her that she felt like her brother did die that day, that emotionally I was no longer there anymore, and she felt like I did die. So I realized in that moment I needed to create change. I needed to do something about it. And that's when I started doing the mindset stuff. I started going to self-development and doing a lot of work, trying to piece my life back together. And I came across Empower Network, and that's when I got involved in a community of people, and I really started to I had massive breakthroughs as far as self-expression, and beginning to love myself again. Because when you go through something like that, you just hate yourself for having put yourself through that circumstance. So I started looking in the mirror and starting to appreciate who I was, and having that self-love back again, and basically getting out of the stands and watching life unfold, getting onto the field and engaging in life again. And I've evolved even further, whereas now I'm helping others break through as well, which for me, like if I had someone by my side at that time, that would have made a massive difference. So that leads to making money online. Like, I got involved in making money online because I had to, via circumstance. There's only a certain amount of jobs that I can do. So making money online is what, at that stage when I got started, was my only option. Getting started. So I don't know if you want to share from there.
Yeah. So our journey started August 2013. I was sitting on Facebook one day and just came across a Facebook PPC ad from Chris Rushlow, who's our sponsor in Empower Network. And that changed our lives, like, through it on a 360. I didn't even know what was possible. I didn't know what network marketing was. I didn't know that it was possible to make money online. But for whatever reason, it resonated with us. We got in at the front end. We got it all in within a few months. And we just had a rampage of self-development. We came to America twice last year, to Charlotte and Miami. And from New Zealand, that's not cheap. It's about a $12,000 round trip. And we put a lot on the line to do that. And we got to the stage where we were selling furniture and selling cars, and actually we eventually sold everything and moved to Australia for 6 months, where I could actually work and get paid twice the money while we ran the business. So if you want to look at an example of whatever it takes, we're it. And I think that's really important in anything with network marketing or anything you do, because you've got that end result in view, and you've got to go for it. So about a year ago, we started using paid traffic, paid solo ads, because we tried the PPC, we tried the free organic traffic, and nothing really seemed to be working very well. And then we got introduced to paid traffic, and we've invested our last $3,000 into paid traffic, and we got up to 10 on the leaderboards of Empower Network. And then kind of some sort of light bulb went off, that actually, what if we became the traffic providers? Because this shit's really good.
Yep.
So we kind of took a little bit of a left turn, and we started becoming, our mentor was Igor Kefis, who's pretty much the king of solo ads. And
it's literally called the king of solo ads.
He is the king. And we have been really blessed to have been mentored by the best. We're now being coached by Dennis, who is his right-hand man. And we will continue to have coaching for the rest of our career as well, because we don't know it all. Things evolve in the industry a lot. So it's really good. I think as soon as we got a mentor, that's when we started making serious money, like over 20 grand months. And that was life-changing, and as you can imagine, for anybody. And it went from a couple of $1,000s a month to $20,000 a month just overnight. Quickly. It just poured in. And the thing that changed for us is that we realized that actually it's about helping people. It's not about chasing the money. And leaders will say that all the time. The mindset is 98% of it, and it's about helping people. But to actually get that message, sometimes takes a little. But we're all about giving value, helping people make it in their network marketing opportunity, whichever one that is. We don't currently promote Empower Network just because we need to keep focus on our traffic clients. But we absolutely endorse Empower Network 100%. It's what changed our life, and there's amazing training and it's an amazing community of which we still tap into. We're surrounded by Empower Network people anyway, and that's how we met Jeff.
Yeah.
So, and we're really, really blessed to know him. We actually employed his services for SEO recently, and he got us up to #1 on Google within 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was #3 within 24 hours and #1 by 48 hours. So if you're looking for a good SEO guy that isn't charging market prices yet, then message him, take advantage of him.
Definitely.
Because he's probably one of the most expert SEO people out there, because SEO is kind of not dead, but there's not as many people doing it now, which is a great advantage, Jeff says, because he's right in there. So that's who we are. So tonight we're going to give you value. I'm going to start off with just a timeline of marketing over the last 100 years, and how it evolved, how online marketing evolved. And then David's going to jump in with his capture page training. And I think these boys are going to create a capture page live for one of Jeff's traffic clients.
Yep.
Yeah, Keely. I don't know if Keely's on.
Yes, she's on.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So Keely,
hi Keely.
You're going to see your capture page being built. Back to you, Jeff.
Is he frozen?
All right, guys, man. I don't know how many times I must have watched your stories on YouTube and stuff like that, but every time I hear it, it just always is so inspiring that, to come from where you guys have come from to be in the position you're in now, just absolutely proves the tenacity that the two of you have and the power that you have to make it through the struggles that you did and to overcome any obstacles that stood in your way. Even if it was a train that stood in your way, you still fought the train and won. And that's so powerful, and I'm sure that somebody out there watching absolutely connects with that story, because at some point or another in our lives, we've all felt worthless and like hollow shells of people, and we've always a lot of us have overcome a lot of struggles to be in the positions we're currently in, and we're still overcoming a lot of struggles to move forward. And you guys give us people out there watching a lot of hope and encouragement to know that you can literally make the best out of any situation. You just have to make up your mind to do it, right? So that's awesome and amazing. But I want to tell y'all a little bit about myself. For those of you who maybe it's your first time watching one of these hangouts and you don't know. So I'm going to try to give you just a brief overview of, how I even got started with online marketing and kind of some of the struggles I've had to overcome to be in the position I'm in. So really the whole story starts back when I was a teenager, and I used to get in a lot of trouble. I mean, always kicked out of school, in and out of juvenile, always was running away from home. I was always doing something bad, right? And that kind of self-destruction followed me around into my adult years. And when I was 20 years old, I got a 4-year prison sentence for stealing cars and stealing credit cards and things like that out of the cars that I would break into and stuff. And so ended up going to prison for 4 years of my life. And the hardest part about that was not being able to see my kid. I had one son before I went to prison at the age of 19. And I spent, when I got out, he was starting kindergarten. So, I was in and out of halfway houses, drug rehabs, was just kind of all over the place. Just one big ball of madness, if you will, But when I went to prison, something changed for me. It clicked that, hey, you know what? There's somebody out there watching me who's going to be looking to me for answers, in life. And I need to change my life for the better so I can benefit those around me, right? So I decided while I was in prison, I was going to go to college when I got out, and I was going to make something of myself, and I was going to be a productive member of society. And I was going to just walk the straight and narrow from there on out, right? Well, I did. I got out. First job I got was at a fitness place. Well, they ended up finding out that I was a convicted felon and they fired me. Then I got a job as a manager at a Taco Bell in a mall. And as soon as they figured out I was going to start school because I didn't want to be a manager of a fast food restaurant the rest of my life, they kind of just basically told me, hey, why don't you focus on school and leave this job alone? And so basically I left there to concentrate on school. Well, that's where I ran into online marketing. Was when I was a college freshman, and I was super broke. And by that time, I had another kid. So at this point, I had two boys. One was just a newborn at the time. So now I got two boys. I have no job, and I need to make some money. And so I get online and I start searching for, just ways to make money. I wasn't even looking for ways to make money online, really. I was just looking for how can I make some money, right? So I run into something that said you can copy and paste ads for Google. Well, little did I know you had to have a website to do that, right? So I bought the product. I think I spent $47 on it or something like that, and bought the product. And I learned how to. I learned about the Google AdSense program, which back in the day it was fairly new, and it was the heyday really. So it was awesome. But the thing is, I had to spend a year and a half before I ever see my first online check. And during that year and a half, I spent time. I had no clue how to build a website or anything. I was going to college for business and accounting, so building a website was definitely not in my realm of knowledge, right? So I spent time and I learned how to build a website using HTML codes. So when I created my first site, I was very proud of it, even though it looked like dog shit. I mean, it was ugly. Man, it was terrible. But yeah, I did. I put the hard. I was so happy just to see something online that I had created. I was like, you can type in this. I was telling everybody I know, you can type in this address and you can see my page. And I was telling them, hold on, I'll put something new on there and refresh it, and you can just refresh and you can check it out too, man. It's freaking awesome. I was excited as hell. Oh man, I was excited as hell that you could do that, right? And that kind of opened the door to the possibilities. It showed me, hey, look what's possible. Look what you can do, right? And so, whenever we're talking about ourselves tonight on this hangout, I want you to see, look what you can do. Look what you can do, right? You can put something online too, and you can make it go live. I mean, it's freaking awesome, right? So, man, I was excited, but things were not as easy as they are now, right? Now you got, the button below that says get instant access. That'll take you over to get a really, really powerful blogging system with Empower Network, right? So you can literally have something online that you can go show your friends too in like 10 minutes, right? So that also gives you access to the affiliate program. So if at any time you're interested in checking out that blogging system, it's really cool. Just click on the Get Access Now button below and you can go check that out. But let me get back into it, right? So I started learning all this stuff. And like I said, over the next year and a half, I started learning, I built that website and I said, okay, now how do I get some traffic over to it? How do I get people to come see it so they can click on my ad so I can make some money? Well, I couldn't figure that part out. So I found the next best solution. I started calling family members and friends like, hey, go over to my website and click on this ad so I can make some money. And so I'm desperate, I need to eat. I need some diapers. I need this. I need that. Everything's just piling up and piling up. And so I'm like, man, I really got to get, I got to get some money. So I kind of cheated the system a little bit, but I was like, man, I felt like this can't be the way you make money online. So I started exploring other possibilities. I started looking at the Amazon affiliate program, right? And I started, I was like, man, this is pretty cool, right? Because literally these people own the product and Amazon handles all the stuff, and all I got to do is get people over to the Amazon website. And I still mess with Amazon today, but that was my next big adventure was Amazon. So I was like, this is cool, man. Somebody clicks on my link, they go order some stuff over on Amazon, and I get a commission from all of it. So, I started building that up and I started doing really well with it, right? I was having, some months when I was first starting out and just really learning, I was making $2,500 just off Amazon. It was awesome to me because I was like, man, this is living the dream right here. I'm not having to bust my butt and I'm making like twice as much as I made at Taco Bell or whatever. So I was like, man, this is pretty awesome. And so then I was like, well, if I could learn Amazon like this, I'll go find me another stream of income. So really finding multiple streams of income came really natural to me, right? Because I was always really curious, because like I said, whenever I put that website online, something clicked with me and I said, look what's possible. You know, look what I can do. This is awesome. So the natural curiosity was always there. And so I just went and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go over here to this place called ClickBank. I don't really know what they do, but I think they sell ebooks or something. I was like, I'm just gonna try to get people over to that ClickBank website, because that was my only job, was just to get people over there. They did all the selling for me, right? So I was like, this is pretty badass, right? All I'm having to do is send people over here and they're buying stuff and Jeff's getting paid. And I was like, man, this is awesome. So built it all up using all SEO, all free traffic, just first page rankings all over the place, right? You know, because I had put in the time to learn all that stuff. And so, you know, it was going really well. I had one site that was getting 500,000 views a month, and it was all just Google AdSense generated, and I was earning $600 a week just off Google AdSense, and I had Amazon running, I had ClickBank running. I was living the dream, in my opinion. And then Google started changing their algorithm. They started, you know, slapping down sites that were over SEO'd and this and that, and being spammed, and you know, they were just blacklisted basically. So it wasn't the things that I was doing, but it was the things that people who really didn't know what they were doing, you know, were doing on these various sites that I had built my business on. And then it crashed. And funny story why it crashed is because I didn't control the traffic. Google did, right? And that's what you get with SEO. You're leaving Google in charge of your traffic. And that's what made me switch over and start focusing on solo ads, is because when you learn how to build a list, you control the traffic yourself. You're not relying on Google. You're not relying on any other kind of organic method, right? You're saying, hey, I've got the traffic already. Where do I want to send the traffic? When you have your own email list, right? And that's it. So if you create a blog post, a really awesome video, something like that, you can literally send traffic to it instantly. You don't have to wait for days at a time for Google to start wanting to rank you for certain terms and this and that and other. You just send out an email and you say, hey guys, come check out this awesome blog post I just wrote. And people go over there and flood it, right? So, so Google, like I said, Google smacked me down, and man, I felt like a lot of other marketers did back then. You know, I talked to Lawrence Tam at an event that I just got back from in Vegas not too long ago, and he said, man, that hurt. You know, we were talking about the good old days, and he said, man, that really hurt when Google smacked us all down, man. And, you know, a lot of other big marketers started jumping in the conversation. We started talking about old days SEO and stuff, and we started talking about what's working now and stuff like that. So I'm still a student, even for 7 years. 7 years later, I'm still a student of SEO. But you know, I've learned certain tactics to where I can get ranked pretty quickly for good keywords in 24 to 48 hours. So if you're interested in that, definitely get in contact with me. You've got a link to my Facebook and my Skype below. So add me on Facebook, add me on Skype. Let's talk about how I can help you. But let me talk about one of the recent stories. You know, one of the things that I really had to overcome, besides prison and all that. And I didn't talk about going out there after, you know, I graduated college. I have a degree in business administration. I have a degree in accounting. And I graduated with 3.82 magna cum laude at the top of my class, and was accepted into the Alpha Beta Kappa National Honor Society. Went out and basically, long story short, put in 100 resumes or so. You know, and went to interviews, and they were only interested in my past. So after that, I was just like, you know what, forget it. If you're going to judge me on my past, I'm just going to go work on the internet. So then after all my sites got beat down all to hell, you know, I kind of was like, I don't really know where to turn from here. I tried to put it all back together. Nothing was working. I was very frustrated. And so I was like, you know what, forget it. I've got mouths to feed. You know, nobody's going to give me a chance. I'm going to go work at a restaurant. And so I went to work at a sports bar flipping burgers for $10 an hour. Hated the people I worked with. Not even going to lie to you. Not even going to sugarcoat it at all. Just could not stand being around them. It would literally make my stomach churn every time I knew I had to go to work with certain people. So I just chose not to. I chose, you know, I chose that. When I ran back into my cousin Johnny, and Johnny said, "Hey man, I want you to take a look at what I'm doing, because I know, you know, you're going through a hard time and all that." And right before I had decided to go back to work at a sports bar, my wife had decided to go back to work, but it was Christmas time, and it was right after Christmas. We ended up getting evicted from our house because we couldn't pay the rent anymore. Just could not afford to pay the rent, so we got evicted from our house, and it was the last day of us moving our stuff out. So we're literally faced with either getting our stuff out of our house or our stuff being put on the curb. And this was, like I said, 9 months ago. This was this past Christmas. This is why I wanted to tell you this story, to show you how fast your life can change when your mindset is in the right direction, right? So this past Christmas, we were evicted from our house and we were on our last day of moving stuff out. We didn't have anybody that would help us. So we spent our last $125 or something like that to hire a moving company for 1 hour. We had to rent a U-Haul truck and a storage unit. So literally spent our last $125, loaded up all of our stuff. Took us all day. Well, my wife was supposed to work on the last day that we were moving our stuff out. Well, she calls work and tells them she's going to be late at first. Well, then it starts taking, if you've ever moved before, then you know how long it takes and things happen. So it starts taking longer. She calls them, tells them, you know what, I'm not going to be there at all. And so they tell her, if you don't come in, you're fired. And she had told them that we were being evicted from our house, and if we didn't get our stuff out, they were going to come with the police department and put our stuff on the curb. They said, we don't care. You get your stuff out, get your stuff out, but you're fired from your job because you're not coming to work or whatever. And that's when I said, you know what, the hell with this shit. I was like, I'm not going to ever put my family through this ever again. Never put my family through this ever again. Just the look of, and I've got 3 boys and a stepson now, but just the look on my kids' face while I was peeling the wall decals off their walls was enough to just shatter me and break me down. And it was just like, what do I do from here? I've got to make something happen. I've got to do something, right? And so ran back into my cousin Johnny, who we've been really connected since we were 17, but we kind of lost touch back when I went to prison, and we kind of reconnected. And he said, hey man, I want you to take a look at what I'm doing. I said, man, if it's one of those make money online things, I'm really just not interested. I don't want any part of that anymore. I'm done. I've had my ass whooped. I've done the good stuff. I've done bad stuff. But he said, no, and he didn't bother me about it. He said, all right, man, you can take a look at it or not, but this is what I'm doing. And I said, you know what? I've got to make something happen. And this restaurant job just ain't cutting it. I'm literally making $10 an hour to flip burgers. And so I looked at the video and I said, man, this is awesome. And so I got in, I took a trial or something, but like 2 days later, I just went and signed up and went with it, and got in. And so, through Empower Network and going to network marketing events, have really changed my life, right? They've really changed my life through hearing other people's stories like David and Pam. They're amazing stories. You hear other stories like their sponsor, Chris Rushlow. He's the one who actually gave me a huge breakthrough when I went to Vegas a couple months ago. I heard him speak, and when I did, he really basically got up there and told me to tell my story, to tell your story, tell your whole story, because in the end, guys, people buy people. People are not interested in products. People are not interested in what kind of training you can offer. People are interested in what you can offer, right? And they want to know that they're working with somebody who's real, who's been through some stuff. And so that's why we do get on here and tell our stories. And I encourage you to do the same, no matter, what business you might be in. But, that's me. I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles to be here. And, I know that you have too, but look what I've been able to accomplish in just 9 months. I'm sitting here on a live hangout with a pretty good audience, and we're giving away massive value. And I've been able to start coaching people on how to get unstuck from their business, basically. And I'm selling high quality solo ads now, and man, I'm able to change people's businesses so much with just not only my business degree knowledge, but the knowledge that I've gained over the last 7 years has been way more valuable than what I learned in college. And I went $100,000 in debt in college. So what I want you to do is just really pay attention tonight. Get out your pen and paper and get ready to take some notes, because you are definitely not going to want to miss a word of what these two are going to provide you with tonight. They're going to provide you with so much value. That wheelbarrow I was talking about earlier, it's going to overflow into your living room. So you might want to go get your grandpa's pickup truck, get what you got to get, back it up to the house. That way you can load some of that value up. And I want you to go use it. I want you to take what you learned tonight and go use it. And we're going to show you exactly how to build a high converting capture page that is going to pour leads into your funnel, right? So that when you come buy traffic from us, you're going to say, holy crap, not only am I getting a whole lot of leads, but these leads are converting into sales. Because that's the type of training that we're going to be giving you, right? Is there's no excuse why you shouldn't be able to build your capture page, send some traffic to that capture page, feed them into your sales funnel, convert those leads over into sales. That's all you literally have to do in online business. That's the whole process. It's just there's a lot of different ways to do it, and that's there's a lot to it. But guys, tonight this is one part of it, and this is a very exciting part. I'm super excited. But I think first Pam is going to give us an awesome. No, this is the way. This is the way that the way marketing used to be. This is the way marketing is now. And so you kind of get to, if you're brand new to network marketing, you're going to get some, some really key insight into, hey, this is where it started. This is where it is now. This is how things are right now. This is what don't work. This is what's working. All that good stuff, man. So just kick back, crack open your favorite frosty cold beverage. Let's get this thing started. And guys, take notes. Feel free to comment in the comment section. I'll be down there commenting back with you. So if you have any questions whatsoever tonight, make sure that you leave some comments. We love questions. We want to get everybody's questions answered before we leave here tonight. With that being said, I'm going to shut my big mouth right now and turn it over to Pam.
Thank you. No pressure, man. Okay, right. Well, let's get into it. So I'm going to screen share our a PowerPoint presentation because I've got some. It just helps me to explain here. David's just sorting it out for me. And then once, probably by the time I've finished mine, David will get into his, and I'll be sneaking off to pick our youngest son up from school, but you won't even notice it. Working from home. You still got to pick your kids up.
When she says, Jeff, stall, then you'll know she's leaving.
Okay, now is that a full screen share that we've got there, Jeff?
Yeah, you are perfect and you're ready to go. I'm just going to mute out now.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so tonight we're obviously going to be focusing on solo ads. And if you haven't run solo ads before, then hopefully by the end of this you'll get the gist of it. Okay. So what we'll cover, we may not cover all of this tonight actually, because I think the capture page is going to take a bit longer. So I'm definitely going to go over how marketing has evolved over the last century, what a solo ad is, and what do you need to run a solo ad. And a capture page is the one thing that you definitely need to run a solo ad. There's no point in running them just to a website. You need a capture page. So that's what the training is going to cover tonight. The last two I may cover it at the end if I've got time, but I know how these two work together. We probably won't, but we'll have fun. So how has marketing evolved over the last 100 years? Well, when I grew up in the 70s, yes, I know I'm showing my age, I'm 45, this is the only way that we played online. We swung on the clothesline, bent it, and got in trouble for it, and then we did it again. But I grew up in the days where there was no internet. My kids still can't get over that, but there actually was no internet when I grew up. We had a plug-in phone, one phone, and we maybe had one TV, which we didn't really watch until it got dark and the street lights went on. People had more integrity. You would say to somebody, I'm going to meet you in town at 1 o'clock, and you'd actually be there, because you can't blow them off with a text message, say I'm running late or whatever. We wrote handwritten letters. We sat down and spent time together at the family dinner table, and no one had their faces in a screen. So, some of it saddens me because people were more present with each other back then. However, the advantage for us as online marketers is that everyone's got their face in a screen all the time. And guess who gets to get to those people? We do. We can market to them while they've got their faces in their screen. And yeah, we once had a closer community where so the marketing occurred more in community. So there'd be a local advert up at the local butcher shop or something, advertising services, community newspapers started up, the first radio station started up, but a lot of the time it was word of mouth and it was within communities. So like your grandfather, guaranteed he would have had a brick and mortar business, he would have worked the same job until he died, and there wasn't a lot, that's just what happened. The mothers stayed home with the children, the men worked, and that was kind of your destiny, you were born into it. Well, now we have more than our local community to advertise. We have the World Wide Web. We have billions of people that we can reach at one time. And that for marketing and for making money from marketing is just changed everything. As technology evolves over the years, so does the marketing. So we've got, things are stepping up every day and every year. Now this is, I really like this picture. When I was 24, my dad died when I was 22, and when I was 23 actually, I bought myself a one-way ticket to London from New Zealand. I bought myself a backpack and a sleeping bag, and I got on a plane by myself. I didn't know a soul, and I travelled the world for 4 years. And I say I travelled it alone, but I didn't really, because I met so many good friends on the way. And part of my travels took me to Turkey. And this photograph is from a place called Ephesus in Turkey, which is ancient ruins, like an ancient ruined city, really. And this is an advert that's on the pavement outside the giant library. And believe it or not, it's an advertisement for the brothel. So you can vaguely see a woman's face on the right-hand side of the footprint there. And then you've got the footprint. So to get to the brothel, the criteria was, and this is the story that they tell you, that your footprint has to be bigger than the foot in the pavement, and your money, your coin, has to fit into the hole that's just above that. And if you meet that criteria, then off to the brothel you go. So advertising's been around for a very, very long time. Not that I think brothels probably needed much advertising back then, but anyway. So the involvement of advertising, media, online media really has taken over radio, television. People watch Netflix now on their iPads. They don't tend to sit down and watch a movie when the Disney movie's on at 7 p.m. on a Sunday night. People don't really gather like that anymore. They watch it when it suits them on their time, and people like their time. And that's why we have all of this automated stuff that we can do when it suits us. So that's where media takes over the rest of the advertising. Those radio, television and newspaper are still around, because there are people that still do read the newspaper, but a lot of people will read it online now. And if you do, you'll notice that there's adverts in the right hand side and all sorts of things. We don't read newspaper or watch the news or anything like that, because why would we need to know what's the negative stuff going on? We'd rather put on a bit of Wayne Dyer in the morning, to be honest. But that's us. So online media is where it's at. I was listening to a Gary V talk last week, actually, and this one actually really made me get it into perspective. The old billboards, we still see billboards around. If you look at all of the cars that are driving past the billboard, the driver's got his eyes on the road and the passenger's got their face in their phone, so they don't even notice the billboard. So yeah, we're pretty lucky that we've got what we've got. Okay, so what now? So traditional marketing's still there versus digital marketing. Well, where do you start? There's so much to choose from, and all of them work beautifully, but you can't learn all of them. You can't be expert in all of them. So you've got to choose one or two that you're really good at. I know you're really good at Instagram, Nick, so I'm going to be picking your brains too. But and Jeff's got his SEO. We do the solo ads, and I think the difference between a lot of these things that you see here and solo ads is that solo ads fast track your sales more than anything. But keeping in mind that whatever marketing you do, we're marketing to human beings. We're marketing to people that have got wants, needs, fears, desires. They're scared of certain things. So they're not leads and sales, although that's what we call them. They're people sitting behind their laptop, just like you are now, and wanting to know whether they should invest their money with you. What value are you going to add to their life? That's what they want to know. So once we've decided to go with solo ads, for example, well, how do I get the right client? How do I get the client? So if you're an Empower Network, for example, how do I get the client that's more likely to invest and join up under my team? So how do we reach your target market? Well, with solo ads, we can get niche market people. So there are different types of clients that we run clicks to, and some of those are biz ops, some of those are make money online, some of those are network marketers, already current network marketers. So with if you are going to run some solo ads, contact Jeff and he will talk through with you the best niche market for your opportunity. And what you're doing is you're feeding a starving crowd. I liken it to feeding a starving crowd. So if I have a room full of people, I've got 2 rooms side by side full of people. The first room, they've eaten a gourmet meal and they're full and they're really quite satisfied. If I go in there with my hamburger trolley, I'm really not going to have much luck. Doesn't mean that they don't like to eat. It just means that they don't actually need that right now. It's not going to add value to their life the moment that I walk in there. If I go next door to the people that have been kept in the room and have been starved for a week, I'm pretty sure that I can sell those hamburgers for any price that I like, and I'll sell them out. So kind of liken that to niche marketing is you've got to find your starving crowd, and then what you've got is going to add value to their life. Then that's the bonus. It's a win for them and it's a win for you. So which way to start? So again, you've got to choose your marketing strategy and just get good at the one thing. Fast tracking to sell. So I said when we sort of last year in Empower Network, we got into solo ads and we got up to number 10 on the leaderboard, and it seemed effortless. It was actually effortless, hey?
Yep.
Because we knew the solo ad provider, we knew he had great traffic, we sent him the money, sent him the link, and then we sat there and watched the leads roll in. And that is, if you haven't run solo ads, it gets quite addictive, people, because you're getting leads coming in and then you're getting sales, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's a really nice way to get accelerated into your business overnight, really. There are a lot of solo ad providers out there, and there's a lot of contrast out there, and there's a lot of rubbish out there, guys. So I do have a kind of cheat sheet that I can provide you of questions to ask solo ad providers. If you'd like one, just Facebook message me or Facebook message Jeff, and it's just a little PDF that I've put up, and it's just the right questions to ask. And the big thing with solo ad providers is if they're not prepared to get on a Skype call with you or talk to you through Facebook or something like that, then I would question, are they somebody that I want to deal with? Because I want to know who I'm investing my money with. I want to know that they're going to look after me should something go wrong. Because often, well, not often, but sometimes your link will go down and the traffic's running, and you want to be able to get hold of them to say, oh man, stop the traffic because something's wrong with my website. And it's really important that you're able to contact that person. And we like to think that we're pretty much available 24/7. We deal with you American guys a lot, so we spend a lot of time awake at night, but it's all good. We love it. So basically a solo ad is you're going to build your list from our list. Now we've got a beast of a list. We've got a couple of traffic funnels that are machines, and they bring in about 500 leads a day. So our list is forever evolving, and it's forever, it's an evergreen list, really. We put out copy to our list with your link on it. People will click on it, and that's when you you pay for a click, and a certain amount of those people that click will actually go on to invest in your opportunity. And then the people that don't necessarily do it that day, you will be emailing your list with copy and building a relationship with your list, and perhaps contacting them through Facebook or whatever other means that you have. And they will get to know, like, and trust you, and then you will get, on average, about 30% sales of your what we call warm market. I think you're going to go over that as well, are you?
No, not this training.
Okay, okay. And that when you're emailing your list, you love your list and you build a relationship with them, you're giving them value, giving them good customer service, they become successful, and then you've got their loyalty forever. You really have. I mean, we've got traffic clients that come back every week, and we absolutely love them, and we take good care of them, and it's a fantastic. We've got lots of really good friends through our business now. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was the funnel training yesterday, but David's now going to get into the capture page. Do you want to add anything, Jeff, before we carry on with that?
I just want to make sure, if y'all have any questions, put them in the comment box below. Sorry, it's kind of lagging a little bit. I think it's my connection's eating a lot of broadband right now. So it's just watch the replay. Maybe it won't lag so hard on the replay. But other than that, David, just straight over to you. Make sure y'all are taking notes. Make sure you're taking notes.
Okay, no worries. Okay. So, Jeff, if you see comments in the comment box, just let me know, because my iPad's officially run out of battery.
Oh,
so you're good. I'll keep an eye on it for you.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through creating capture pages and the training and the psychology behind it. Just to let you know, like, this is something that I'm extremely passionate about. So from time to time, I do race through it. So just to let you know, like, I will slow down. So, but it's a topic that I'm really, really passionate about, being a solo provider. This is going to make a massive, massive difference to your business. So pay attention, take notes, like Jeff said. I'm just going to show you something right here, just to show you that actually I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not meaning to skite or anything about it. It's to show you what's possible when you apply the right techniques, the right strategies to your capture pages. And you can see here, this is one that I created yesterday, and you can see it's converting at 96.3%. So how many people in the industry can get 96.3% opt-in rates? So if you pay attention in time, it takes a little bit of work to get to that stage, but we can definitely get you over the line. So pay attention, and I'll show you how. So, right. And just to clarify, you can see this as well, Jeff?
Yeah, you're looking good, man.
Okay, cool. Right, so this is a typical capture page. This is one of Vic Stricehouse's capture pages. Basically, we've all seen them. The purpose of them is to get people to opt into your email list, so that you can grow your business and develop and enhance the relationship with your email subscribers. So here are the basic elements to a capture page. So this is different to what other people do. This is my own strategy. So there's no hard and fast rules and what's right and what's wrong. To let you know as well, like, there's going to be two different types of capture pages that you're going to create. You're going to create one set for mobile, because like typical pages or typical capture pages aren't mobile optimized. So you're going to create a typical mobile one, which is going to be the basics. It's not going to have video on it. It's going to have maybe a headline and the rest of the elements, but it will not have video on it. The video doesn't convert very well on mobile whatsoever, so bear that in mind. And how I do it, so I normally have an exit pop system set up. And guys, if
Hey,
you're
just real quick. I know you were saying video don't convert on mobile, but does it convert on desktop? Because I know a lot of people are trying like video capture pages.
Desktop, absolutely. It's absolutely a killer strategy. So what you can do, like in the program that I use, which is Optimized Press, is you can actually divert your mobile traffic, which is what I do. So I divert it from one capture page, like the desktop, to a video opt-in page, and then the mobile to one that isn't. So it's just a smarter way of doing business, considering how people are going to be viewing that specific opt-in page. So in this example, this is like a desktop one. So it's going to have number one is a pre-headline, and I will be explaining the psychology and the elements behind, or the ideas behind these a little bit later. So you've got a pre-headline, a main headline, a sub-headline, which is number 3, a lead magnet intro video. So this can actually be a pattern interrupt. I use it mostly for a pattern interrupt. So what you're trying to do with a pattern interrupt is break someone's concentration and get their full attention onto the capture page. So you can do it in a really creative way, like entertaining people. You can tell your story. You can share the value of the actual lead magnet that you're going to be presenting, like maybe it's a video series. And guys, like with ebooks, I'm going to be really honest about it. Ebooks are completely dead. Don't use them as your lead magnets. They've been overused, and no one reads ebooks anymore. So video is the way forward in your marketing. I stressed that yesterday. Again, I'm going to stress it today. Video is the way forward. So if you can have videos inside your marketing material, you're pretty much there. So a call to action, that's a call to action to actually opt in. So that's one of 3 calls to action. So the next section is going to be your email field. That's where they're going to type in their email address and then click the button. So this is the button right here. This is a really, really great tip for you guys. Is a big problem with capture pages is often people put in fake email addresses. So your question might be is like, so how do I get around that? How do I create a capture page that people are actually inputting authentic or proper email addresses? And what you do is you have a fake email address eliminator strategy. And what I do is actually on the actual button itself, you can see right here it says download via email. So what you're doing is you're alluding to the fact that they need to opt in to actually receive the value. So of course they're going to put in a proper email address in order to get that value. So that's a tip that I've picked up through my mentors. It's a great fake email address eliminator. So when you're creating your capture page buttons or a text underneath your capture page button, allude to the fact that they need to opt in order to download or to receive that piece of value. A great point is conversion arrows. Anything with arrows pointing towards a button convert very, very well. So the other strategy is, in that previous slide, you saw that woman, and she was facing side on, actually looking at the email field and the opt-in button. That's another way of doing it. So when you look at a capture page or a website page, your natural progression is to look from left to right. So you're following the natural path that someone's eyes would take. So if you've got someone looking directly at the opt-in form and opt-in button, their eyes are going to be drawn to that section. So keep that in mind too. That's a really, really good tip. With your buttons, there's only 2 colors that you're going to use with your buttons. The rest do not convert very well. The first one is green. So for example, green for go. It's a call to action color. And the second color is orange. So forget about all the others. Yellows, reds, do not use them. Right, okay. So now we know the basics. We're going to get into each section and what their purposes are. So the pre-headline. So generally what I do with this is in the pre-headline, I highlight the text in yellow. So the purpose of it is to pre-qualify the customer. So you're kind of like pre-qualifying them leading into the main headline. And here's a couple examples here. So if you're buying an SUV this week, you must read this. So it's very much a call to action to engage with the headline. And there's another one there, tired, lonely, and frustrated. If you're a single mum, you must read this. So it's positioning towards the main headline. Okay, the main headline. And guys, the headline is 99% of the battle as far as opt-in rates are concerned. So if you can create like an engaging headline, you're going to be there. You're over the line. So a little tip that what you can do is on my desktop of my computer, I've got a folder called Capture. So from time to time when I come across capture pages that grab my attention as far as headlines are concerned, all I do is screenshot that capture page and drop it into the folder. So it's kind of like an idea folder. So if I'm creating a capture page for a client or for myself, and I've got no ideas in that moment, I can just quickly go into that folder, glance and see what everyone else is doing, and draw inspiration from that. So there's lots and lots of great ideas that you can leverage from other people. So that's just one idea that you can take hold. So the main headline, the purpose is to stop the readers in their tracks, and I equate that to stun and amaze. So you're wanting to make a very, I call it like a ballsy statement that stuns and amazes them. You want to be different to a lot of people in the marketplace. My theory, a lot of people have those beach backgrounds and luxury cars and things in the background of a capture page. I'm not a fan of that. I think it's very cliche and very overused. So again, this is just my opinion, but my advice to you is not to use those. Just have it nice and simple. The simpler that you can get it, the better. Less things like beach backgrounds are distracting, so just do not use those. So what you need to consider as well, like with headlines, is you're speaking to your prospect as far as what is it they're trying to achieve. Are they trying to achieve time freedom? Are they trying to achieve financial freedom? So whatever that end result that they're trying to achieve needs to be inside the context of that headline. So I've got a couple examples. I've just said those two there. Financial freedom and time freedom are huge, big ones. The key elements to a high converting headline is curiosity. I drive with that a lot. So that's kind of like leaving the prospect hanging, like making a statement, then kind of like challenging them to opt in to find out more. A specific topic is another one. Like you might want to talk about how I was able to recruit 400 people inside 6 months, or a specific topic. A specific problem that might be, for example, like the opt-in rates. How do you increase your opt-in rates by 30%, 40, 50%? A specific outcome, again, that could be the same thing, where I created $5,000 inside 1 month. Let me show you how. It's another example. So that's some ideas just to get the juice, the creative juices flowing. Here's a couple examples here. Revealed how to turn an unprofitable website into a money-making machine. And like money-making machine, like that makes me think, hell yeah, I want to opt into that. Here's another one, same sort of concept. Revealed how to turn an unprofitable website into $1,466.06 a day, a money-making machine in 27 days. So all of them, it's quite a genius thing behind it, for sure. You may have heard about these before. And guys, like I said it before, if you're not up to this level right now, that's fine. Just take note of what we're talking about it. You soon will be. It's just a progression thing. So hooks, these are basically the ultimate solutions to their desires. Hooks can be, like for example, my hook could be like, how did I lose my legs? Like it can be completely outside the realm of marketing as well. So there's various different theories behind hooks as well. So here's 11 of them. And if you really pay attention to these, I can promise you these can make a big difference to your opt-in rates. Number one is compare your results to the competition. So you might say, right, I'm in iPass, I got such and such a result versus maps or something like that. So comparing your result that you've got with your competition, not so much used in our niche, but it's one that you can use. Number two is mention common objections and answer them positively. That could be something that's relevant in the marketplace right now, like for example, like someone might be saying like, right, Empower doesn't work, and then you can turn around and go, well, actually it does, and here's proof how and why it does. So definitely something to consider. Number three is associate your product or service with people and values, the values. So yeah, that's not one that I actually use at all, so we'll skip over that one. Number four, prospects want to identify with. So that could be like time freedom, it could be financial freedom, something that people are ultimately wanting to desire. Number five, tell a personal story. That is used a lot in marketing. It's very, very effective, especially when it's a story from triumphing over adversity with an ultimate success element at the end. Prove your results. A lot of you have seen those as well. A lot of top marketers actually use this. This is when, for example, you'd go in and run a screen share on your, for example, your iPass back office, and you prove that you've earned what you're talking about. Or the other option is like go and jump into PayPal, do a screen share, and physically show people how much you've earned inside the last month, for example. Number seven, state your results as a before and after story. That's more like weight loss niche type of aspect to it, where they've got like a before photo and then an after photo of how they've lost all the weight. So that's another one. Number eight is emphasize your unique selling proposition. That's complex level. That's USP is unique selling proposition. That's important inside your marketing. You do want to have a unique strategy. So that's focusing in on people's pains and then really selling to that pain. Number nine, challenge the reader to use your products or services. This is quite an interesting way of doing it. It's not often used, but it'd be like challenging them, like giving them a headline, something like, are you broke? This is what you do. Like something really, really straightforward and direct like that. So as far as emails that I've created with that type of logic behind it is huge open rates, because it calls right to the initial pain, and then provides a potential solution to it. Number 10 is tell a story with curiosity and shock value that promises a benefit. This is one that I use because of my story. I could post a photo on the capture page with me without my legs, and leading into telling my story. So that shot, I can guarantee that will shock people. And then I just provide them with value after they've opted in. So a very good tactic. Number 11, tell why, combined with the curiosity arousing aspects. So that's leading with the reason first. And again, like you can see a constant theme here, curiosity. So you're making people think, well, I'm interested. I don't know what that is, but I'm interested anyway. I'm going to opt in. So there's some hooks that are very, very awesome. Formulas for hooks that are extremely valuable. Subheadlines. These, like, the only thing that I use for these is to reinforce to the prospect that whatever you're providing, or whatever hook or promise that you're providing, is simple and easy to implement. People like simple. They like shortcuts. So if you've got something like that on your capture page, they're more likely to opt in, because like no one wants to do activities that are hard, like a hard graft. They want something like a quick and easy solution. So here's an example for you. If you're looking for the simplest, quickest, and easiest solution to your home installation problems at the lowest possible prices, you won't find a better deal than right here. So bingo, it's saying like, this is the simplest and easiest way of doing it. Opt in. Okay, I also want to talk about lead magnets as well. Like, guys, lead magnets are extremely important. Lead magnets are the difference between opt-in rates of, say, 38% to, say, 75%. And as we talked about before, use video. Do not use ebooks for your lead magnets. You may want to consider a video series as a lead magnet, but just be creative with that. They are very, very important to your marketing. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, basically, for those of you that have got kids, we often bribe our kids with lollies to take action. So that's what it is. It's a bribe to your prospect in order to get them to enter their email address and to subscribe to your email address. So like our kids, it's how we bribe them to take action, to get out of bed, to eat dinner or whatever, eat their green vegetables or whatever it will be. So think of it that way. The whole purpose behind lead magnets as well is to build rapport with your prospects, so they physically see you, so they like, know, and trust you, and are more likely to go on and respect you as inside your marketing, and also to purchase the product that you're promoting. They're ideally between 1 to 3 minutes in length, and this is the pattern interrupt example that I've listed here. So pattern interrupt videos go for 1 to 3 minutes. Actual lead magnet offers can go anywhere from 3 minutes up into an hour. So if you are not leading with a pattern interrupt on your capture page, you're doing your lead magnet at the back end, then you can provide extreme value through video between 3 minutes to an hour long. Call to action, that's pretty obvious what that is. A call to action is exactly that, is to give your prospect instruction and what they need to do next. So opt in. That's an interesting note down here as well that I've put, is the ideal amount of calls to action on a single capture page is 3, but I generally used 2. So you can go overboard with it, but one's going to be your button, your capture button. It's going to have a call to action on it. Then you're going to have a headline saying opt in as well. Conversion arrows convert extremely well. You must always have like an arrow or an arrow of some type pointing towards your email submit button. Hardly anyone implements this. I don't know why, but listening to this presentation, you're going to be ahead of the game anyway. Capture pages have hero shots. That's again, like I alluded to before, is I could put a photo with me doing the thumbs up with my legs off, just stripping myself down, being vulnerable like that. A lot of people resonate with honesty and authenticity as well. So hero shots work very, very well. If you haven't got any of yourself, you can always leverage through images online. And as I said before, those images, background images of people looking side on directly at the submit button of a capture page, that's absolutely killer strategy. So you may have seen those around. They convert very, very well. Call to action button too, that's what I mentioned before. So actually physically on your email submit button, you're going to have a call to action, and that call to action was to opt in to download the information. And we've talked about that. It's a great fake email address eliminator to allude to the fact that they need to opt in order to see the value or to get the value. Okay, guys, this is something that I'm going to give you as well. This is a massive, massive tip. So font types, that's going to be your pre-headline and your sub-headlines. They're going to be in Tahoma format, anywhere between 16 point and 25 point. Tahoma converts really, really well, guys. So make sure that you use that inside your text. But for your main headline, you're going to use impact. Everyone knows, everyone's seen impact. It's a step up from Arial, but it is excellent as far as capturing attention. I don't use any other font type other than impact in my capture page headlines. So this one here, this is a huge, huge tip. And I thought, guys, I'll spell it the American way as far as colors, instead of having the U in there. Just for you guys, because I appreciate you guys. Font colors, there's two that I use, and these are the only two that I use, which are black and this red color. Those work really, really well. Just bear in mind though, women don't like red. It's like, for example, in the weight loss niche, red doesn't really convert that well as well. So women consider dark red or red to be threatening. So just be careful with the use of that. If you're speaking to a more female type audience, go with these colors, like the darker blue colors. It sort of encourages more trust as well. But when you're focusing on make money online, internet marketing, and BizOp type niches, red and dark red are definitely what you need to be using. Right. Okay, Jeff, you still there, mate?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow, man, wow. I hope y'all were taking notes. I really, really hope you got that, because I honestly do not know how long I'm going to leave this replay up. Man, that was extremely, like, boom, like I had bombs going off in my head just off the, just that last part there was killer, man. Just the colors that you can use that really convert well. A lot of people don't know that. They'll use stuff like yellow or green or something, and they just totally don't understand the psychology behind those colors. You know what I'm saying? So man, so yeah, the whole thing, just, I'm telling you guys, I don't know how long I'm going to leave this replay up, because that was just massive value. And, you know, I'm glad that you were here to get it. I'm really glad. And I hope you took notes. So if you didn't, make sure you're going to watch the replay and get those notes while I still have it up.
Yep.
And like I said, if at any time that you want to get that blogging system, if somebody sent you here off their email list from, you know, their from Empower Network or somewhere like that, then just click on that Get Access Now button. And if you're interested in coaching, solo ads, anything like that, feel free to get in contact with me. I have my Facebook button down there. I have a Skype ID down there, so feel free to hit me up on Skype, Facebook, anywhere you can reach me. And you can also click on that quality traffic button.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, I just thought of something as well right now. Like anyone that buys traffic off Jeff, I personally will create their own capture page for them. Part of it. So that's an offer.
Wow.
So
That's killer, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all just seen the genius of this man, and why, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely not a joke. You know what I'm saying? When you've got somebody that said my mentor is the king of traffic or the king of solo ads, right? And then you got him, and then he's my mentor, right? He's like the dude that makes me go. And so like I get the king of solo ads knowledge because it's built into him. So, you know, just like, wow. And now he's going to create you a custom capture page. If you get a solo ad from us in the next 24 hours, you'll have a chance to get a custom capture page created by David. And I think we're going to do that for one of our people right now here in just a second. But yeah, guys, you don't understand the value of what you just got, because like I said in the beginning, you know, if you don't get the capture page right, none of the rest of your process is going to matter. It's not going to matter how good your sales funnel is. It's not going to, because if you don't get your capture page right, you're not going to even be able to put enough people through your sales funnel, right? So you definitely want to spend time getting your capture page straightened out right, so that you know that it's getting the conversions you want, right? And the absolute best way to test that is solo ads traffic, right? Because you have a targeted audience that you're sending to your capture page, and you're testing out how well it converts, right? And you also get an idea of how your sales funnel is going to convert for you on the back end, right? So your follow-up email sequence or your video coaching series or whatever it may be, right, on the back end that you give people once you get them to opt in, right? So, man, just if you want to, just take action. Take action. If you want to take action, then click on that button below that says "Get Quality Traffic," and go do that right now. Get in touch with me on Facebook. I've got my phone right here beside me. And I'm sure it's going to start blowing up here in a second, just since he offered that. And he just showed you, he just showed you his results just off of 100, and I think it was like 140 clicks or something like that, 145 clicks, 96% opt-in rate. This dude is the man right here. And, that's just the extra bonus that you're going to get, is getting a custom capture page created by somebody that just gave you the most extreme value you're probably going to get all year. Because once you get that capture page straightened out, it's all downhill from there. That's all you have to do is start sending traffic to it and get your funnel created. And speaking of getting your funnel created, my cousin Johnny had a hangout last night with these same two people on here, with Pam and David on there. They were talking about funnels, right? So make sure you go catch that. I'm sure Johnny's watching out there tonight. So Johnny, just if I'm sure he's there, then just leave a link to your hangout down in the comments so that they can go catch the replay if you still have it up. If you don't have it up anymore, just don't sweat it. But I know you said you were going to pull that down pretty quick. So just leave a link to your hangout down in the comments so that they can go over there. But man, David, I can't thank you enough for that extreme value. I told you you're going to need a wheelbarrow and a pickup truck to get all that value fit in there, right? So I wasn't lying to you. But we actually had a new traffic client come on with us recently, and so what we wanted to do for you is provide you even more extreme value. Now you get to see what David was talking about in action. So get ready to take some more notes, take some screenshots, do what you got to do. We're going to create a custom capture page live right here in front of you, right? So that you can put all the pieces of the puzzle right together, make them fit so that you know, like, bam, I got it. You know, I got the secret sauce. You know what I'm saying? So, David, if you're ready to pour the secret sauce on them, man, just go ahead and open it up and pour it out
So
on them.
do you want me to do it at my end?
What is it? Yeah. Just do it at your end.
Okay, no worries. Righto.
So guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, once you put them in the box below, let's get those questions answered. So if you didn't understand, one part of it, even just ask your questions. No questions too dumb. Trust me, I still have questions all the freaking time. So, and I ask some dumbass questions. Ask David; he'll tell you. Jeff asks some dumbass questions sometimes.
No,
So don't be afraid, right? Don't be afraid to put your question down there. No questions dumb. We're not going to treat you like an idiot. Everybody starts somewhere, and that's what you've got to keep in mind is everybody starts somewhere when they're learning something new, right? When you were learning how to ride a bike, you started with training wheels, right? Then you learned how to take those training wheels off and ride that bike, right? So right now, if you're just starting out, you're brand new, then you got the training wheels on, and that's what you need to have on because you should learn as much as you possibly can to give yourself the best chance to succeed in online marketing in general, but more specific network marketing, right? David, if you're ready over there, buddy, we can go ahead and jump into it. If you're not, I'll stall a little bit longer, and people at home can sit there and laugh and laugh and laugh.
no worries. Cool. Can you see my screen? That'd be a bonus.
Yeah, man, you're perfect.
Okay, cool. So what I use and what Jeff uses as well is optimized press. It's not for the faint-hearted or for people that are non-technical. It's more advanced level. For those of you that are not technical in mind, I'd recommend like lead pages, I think it's called ClickFunnels, which is another one. Have you got any others there, Jeff, that people could use?
Let's see. There's lead pages, ClickFunnels. Mids pages is a good one. Johnny actually started me out using that one. I really have fallen in love with it. So I would recommend getting the premium edition of that though, so you can eliminate their branding. So Mids pages is another good one.
Yep. Okay, no worries. Because like I prefer using optimized press because I like to have a degree of control over the pages that I create, and that's the only reason why I use it. What you need to understand is what makes up a good capture page as well is the speed in which they load. So you're going to clearly go with something that's going to load quickly. So if you're using something like optimized press, you need to have a fast server. If you're non-technical and use something like MITS or lead pages, they already have fast servers, so it's all good. So I'm just in the dashboard of optimized press, and we're just about to create a template for you guys. The name. Right, so I've gone with the blank template, obviously. So the first thing that I'm going to do is it's also important with width of capture pages. I don't use full width very often. The simple fact is, like things like tablets, iPads and things, you need to start thinking about that because that's the way that marketing is going more towards mobile, more towards tablets, etc. So, right on. So we've got the defaults there. First thing, I just want to go through a few settings. No. And guys, you do need to put privacy statements on your capture pages. A lot of companies will hammer you for it, like Aweber, GetResponse, all those autoresponder services insist that you have them on it. Right, so you can see the different features here. I'm wanting to go into this one. So just bear in mind while I get it set up. So I like to have a grey background so it contrasts with the content that I've got on my opt-in page. So you can see that I've got that background in place once it loads. So you can see it there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is just going to fix the width side of things. So if this is not making sense, don't stress. It's all good. Right. Okay.
So you guys can see how plug and play optimized press is. No,
Yeah,
it's really not for the faint of heart. Like David said, it does require that you have a little bit of technical knowledge of you know, how to mess with different settings and add different modules and things like that. So it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. So what I've got now is let's publish it, the basic elements in there so that we can start deploying some content. Right, okay. So the first, what we're going to do is I was going to set out the elements first, then we're going to fill it in. So it's going to be, and we're using Tahoma. We'll try 25. This is going to be our main headline. And it is quite mundane. There's nothing special about it as far as the building process. We want impact. Just bear in mind, like as well, like another tip as well is remember with mobile. This is going to be the pre-headline. With mobile, with your headlines, they need to be graphic. A graphic headline, because what happens is with the tiny screens of a mobile, when it resizes, it scrambles the text. So generally in your headlines, you should be using text in the form of like either JPG or GIF format. Number one, it loads faster, and also it displays in what they call a responsive type format. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. We're just going to show you more the theory behind it in practical ways. Right. So the next thing is just putting in inbox. Right. And guys, as well, like you should never, that brings me to a point where you should never ever use API. If you don't know what that is, that's fine. You should always use form code in your opt-in elements. So that it even applies with the generic capture page services. Should always use, if you can, like sometimes it's not possible, if you can, use the custom form code, and it's the HTML form code. You can see right here, I've put in an Aweber one in there. And you always need to, another point that I haven't touched on yet is with name fields, if you add the name field to a capture page form, you can expect to decrease your opt-in rates by between 10 to 15%. So initially what I do is I leave the name field off in my capture pages, so I just have the email one. You can see that we're building it up slowly but surely. Right. So what I've done is I've prepared a document with headlines to save us some time. So Jeff, what opportunity is this as well? Is it in Power or?
It's Mob.
Is it Mob?
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay. Yep, Mob is another really good network marketing company. I've been really impressed with them. I think Matt Lloyd is the owner of that company. He's a great guy, and he has great ethics as well, which is important. So I quite like this headline here. So we'll see how it resonates with you guys. And optimized press can be quite fiddly. And you can see how I'm emphasizing the buzzwords, the money that people are going to be, or the words that people are going to be drawn to. All right. Okay, we need to make that a little bit, maybe 50. And when I create capture pages, I make sure that, and I'll show you in a second. I make sure that everything is above the fold. So if you can see, the fold is from halfway down, like halfway from the top of the page to approximately about halfway down the page. So if it's above the fold, so that people don't have to scroll down to actually see the button, submit button, or the email field, that's a great strategy. So make sure you keep it all in the top half of the screen. Very important as far as your conversion rates are concerned. You can see that we've got a bit of like two sort of frames in there. I won't stress it about that. That's just minor detail. The main thing is just to show you guys how the headlines, how you can create impacting headlines. So I won't sweat anything as far as the technical aspect is concerned, because that can be fixed up quite easily, but it's not the main purpose of the training. Right. So what I like to do is, as we talked about, is I like to step the headline using colors. So okay, I need to go grab those colors again.
And you guys can see that he keeps everything organized in a document, right? So that's what you should do too. Is once you have, your colors that you want to use, your headlines that you want to use, just different things like that, keep them in a document. That way you can quickly access them and copy and paste, right? So that just cuts so much time out of your day. when you're able to just have a document you can go to and copy and paste over what you need, right? So that's another tip that I want to give you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really important. Right, okay, that didn't. Okay. All right, okay. Yes, yep, yep. Okay. 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna have to break that into parts because it's just because with optimized press it's quite finicky with how it's structured. So
See how valuable our custom capture page service really is, though, guys? See how much time and effort we put into it? I mean, he's trying to even rush through this, and, you know, he's still, you know, we put a lot of time and effort into making sure we get you results. So with some of our packages, we create you a custom capture page. So this is how valuable our service truly is to you, that we put all this time and effort into making sure that you have a capture page that's going to create results, because that's, at the end of the day, what we're looking to create for you in your business is the results that you're looking for, right? So we know that if you trust us and you put your capture page in our hands, we know that we're going to try as hard as we possibly can to provide you with the results that you're looking for, right?
Yep, exactly. Right, and you can see it taking shape. You can see it. See, there's nothing like the headline. Like my theory on headlines, the simpler it is, the better, and the less wording, the better. So it gets the point across really, really quickly. So sometimes you see like capture pages with a whole lot of benefits and little arrows, like those arrow, but what are they called, like bullet buttons. I don't have any of that. Just have it really, really simple so that people connect with it immediately. So, and that's exactly what my philosophy on capture pages is. Simple is better.
So you guys see how he's making the impact words stand out, right? So the rest of it's just text that we expect, right? It's just kind of like in there. But the impact that you're trying to get across to people in this case is make serious money, because that's what's going to stick out in somebody's mind, right? If they see that and it's all in red, then that's what's going to stick out to them, is that they have an opportunity to make serious money. All they need to do is provide their email address, right? That's the step that they're taking psychologically, is, hey, I can make serious money if I just put my email address in here and find out about how to make serious money, right?
Exactly. It's about using what's called like buzzwords, or the official term for them is called power words. So power words will make people take action. So that's another thing that you can jot down to learn more about, is to learn about power words, and it's directly relevant to your email copy as well. So that's our copywriting secret, is you need to lace your power words inside your headlines and also your, for example, email copy. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm just putting in the pre-headline. So, and what I like to do, this is just something that I like to do, is I like to use highlight in my pre-headline. You can use it in your sub-headline as well, but I just use it in the pre-headline. So this is kind of like leading into the fact of the headline, but it's also, like we discussed earlier, it's to grab their attention. So I'm alluding to the fact that it's kind of like a secret. Okay. And from time to time it does crash. going to let me in there. Right. Are you still there, Jeff?
Yeah, man, I'm here. I'm over here taking notes. No, what I wanted to say while you're getting it sorted out is, guys, you have a chance to learn every single bit of this. This is stuff that I've been through. I'm telling you, these guys offer coaching services, and they don't offer to very many people, right? But it's the best money that I've ever spent in my entire life, is choosing to get coaching services from Pam and David, because you talk about two people that are focused on your success. You talk about two people that are knowledgeable and are where you want to be. These are the two people that you want to learn from, because if you somebody like me who failed over and over and over and over again, they can literally take you from that to being where you want to be like that. And so right now, what I want you to do, if you're not already following Pam and David Roscoe on Facebook, go look them up. You need to get in contact with these people. These are two people you need to connect with, right? So, just get on your phone while you're watching the Hangout and just go look them up and follow them right now, because I'm telling you guys, I don't got to tell you, just you'll find out.
Yep. Cool, man.
Thank you, Jeff.
And it was, as always, like, this is how we planned it, like for it crashing, like on a live hangout. That's exactly how we planned it.
How we roll on Wednesday nights. This is hump day. We're just trying to get over the hump.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's Thursday for you guys. See, these guys are in the future. That's another reason you need to get in contact with them, right? Because they're
yes,
right?
secret
So
numbers
these guys are like taking stuff from the future and like, here, Jeff, use this in the past. Like, that's another thing too, is speaking of these guys being in the future, they, like I said, they are already where you want to be. So like, that's the type of people you need to gravitate towards, right, and learn from, because like I said, they probably only take on like maybe one client a month. I had to squeeze my way in. So like literally you need to get in contact with these folks and learn what they can do for you, because if you literally are somebody who's focused on being at the next level, no matter what business opportunity you're in, no matter what your experience and knowledge is, if you're somebody like me and like Pam and like David, and you say, man, I've had enough of life, and I've had enough of what life's throwing at me, and I want more, and I deserve more. That's exactly where you need to be. So get in contact with them ASAP and find out exactly how they can help you, right? Because I'm truly blessed to work with these two, and not many people get the opportunity that I get, because not many people are willing to take the risk I'm willing to take in life, right? When life hits you with an ass whooping, you can either lay down and take it, or you can get up and fight back. And that's what all of us here on this Hangout tonight have done. We've taken life head on, taken our ass whoopings, and we're fighting back. And we never will stop fighting, because we need to reach people like you who are looking at me right now saying, is this dude for real? Or, is this a line of bullshit that, whatever. But the simple fact is that, you've been here for like 2 hours now, and we fed you extreme value. Why would we not want you to succeed, right? We're giving you all this for free. So our main goal is to help you succeed in your business. It's not to sell you a solo ad, because anybody can sell you a solo ad. That don't mean they're going to give a damn whether you succeed or not. So that's why I said it's vitally important to you and your business that you're taking notes right now, and you're learning how to create these capture pages, right? So continue to focus, man. I hope you got it sorted out over there, bro.
Yep. She's going slowly but surely.
All right, you're good. Just take it back over, man. I just had to get that in there, because it's just really important. that you connect with people that you want to be like, right? Because you are the average of the 5 people that you choose to surround yourself with, right? You're the average of those people. So the more that you surround yourself with those 5 people, the more that you're going to be the average of those 5 people, right? So you want to surround yourself with successful people who are where I'm at, who are where Pam's at, who are where David's at in life. And the more that you do that, you can't help but to succeed, right? Because it just rubs off on you, right? So definitely, man, just take back over, David. I'm sorry for, stealing your time, but get on with it.
No worries. Yep, because that's pretty much it. Because like I said before, like we don't want to do the technical side of it. We want to do the theory side of it. So it's not perfect, but this is how I structure my capture pages. Is like there's the pre-headline right up here, and this I'm doing this without the pattern interrupt video because many of you haven't created those. So we'll just go for the simple capture page format. So there's your pre-headline here. There's your main headline, and you can see how it's got a lot of white space. So it's really easy to read. There's your subheadline, alluding to the fact that it's easy to model, and it's a step-by-step process. There's your email field, and there's your button here, and it's in a green color in this example, where it's alluding to the fact where your free instant download via email. So it's going to be a fake email address eliminator process using that button. So that's basically the structure of it right there. And you can see there's nothing special about how I create capture pages. 90% of the battle is right here in the headline. So if you get the headline right, you're going to have high opt-in rates. So it doesn't matter how pretty it is or anything like that. You just need to keep to the structure of using these colors and using this structure of your capture page, and clearly using either an orange submit button or a green one. Do not use any other colors. And as I said, the width is important as well. So make sure that you're not using full screen capture pages. Use like the boxed model capture pages, and you can't go wrong with that. So that's basically what we've been talking about implemented in practice. So we'll flick that through. I'll fix it up as far as the technical aspects of it, so that it's doesn't have double borders, and we'll flick that through to Jeff, so that his customer can implement that and run traffic straight to it. So as I said, like there's nothing out of the ordinary about it. It's a very, very simple process. Anyone can do it. You just need to be in action, or take that action step and implement into your business as fast as you possibly can. Because one thing that I've learned online is money rewards speed of implementation. So the faster that you implement ideas and concepts into your business, the faster you're going to get rewarded. So that is no more relevant than this training. Like if you implement these strategies and these practices into your business today, there's no reason why not. You can double or triple your opt-in rates. So you've got all the tools there that you need to get fantastic results. It's the only thing standing in your way right now is you. So apply what you've learned today in your business, and you'll get those results. Because it's quite simple. Jeff's got the traffic for you that will convert. Now you've got the capture page that will create great results for you. So you're pretty much 90% of the way there. So you can't go wrong. So in saying that, I'll pass that back to Jeff. No doubt we'll have moments of brilliance of what else to say in the coming minutes anyway. So here's Jeff.
I literally think after that, there are no more words. Like, I'm speechless. I just, because I don't know if the people out there watching this really actually understand it the way we do. But it's honestly the most, in my opinion, and probably David's too, the most important part of your business, because without this step, without perfecting this step, the rest of it really don't matter that much. There are some very other very important parts of your business, like your follow-up series, your sales funnels, things like that. And like I said, you can get in touch with any of us right here live tonight, and we can work on getting you a sales funnel in place. We can absolutely talk about helping you to get unstuck from your business, right? Because that's part of people's problem is they join these business opportunities and they get with these teams that say, well, if you're not all in, I'm not going to help you. And they literally don't know where to go, where to turn to. And so, you know, like when you get with us, you get all of our business knowledge, you get all of our experience, and you get our quality traffic, which I don't even have to provide you business knowledge and experience to provide you. If I just provide you with that alone, you would just be so in shock and awe. You just, you know, you wouldn't even know what to do because, you know, let me tell you a quick story about this lady who I helped out the other day. She had been in this network marketing opportunity for 6 months. 6 months. Had never gotten a lead before, never. And so she contacted me and she said, "Hey Jeff, you know, things are going kind of rough for me. I'm about to give up on this network marketing opportunity, and you know, I haven't even created a lead or a sale or anything in 6 months that I've been involved in this opportunity. Can you help me get unstuck?" So what we did was set her up a capture page. We set her up with a she tested the traffic with a 200 click solo ad, and whenever the lead started pouring into her phone, I can just imagine that tears were pouring out of her eyes because she just blew up my phone with text after text, you know, doing the happy dance. She was just so relieved to see that it actually does work. Your network marketing opportunity does work. You just don't know all the pieces to the puzzle to it yet. And once you get that quality traffic to your capture pages, once you start seeing those leads come in, once you start seeing those leads convert to sales, you'll be doing the happy dance too, right? So make sure you get in contact with any of us tonight. You know, tonight we stay up late. It's daytime where they're at, so definitely get in contact with them. I really appreciate y'all for staying on for this long, and thank you so much, David and Pam, for providing us with this extreme value. You know, nobody here tonight has an excuse why you should have a low converting capture page anymore. We literally gave you every secret to creating a high converting capture page. We literally showed you live results of how to do it yourself. We literally showed you proof of a 96 and a 100% opt-in rate. What more do you need? What more? Put it in the comment section. Ask us questions. We will monitor this. Literally, I don't know if I'm going to leave this hangout up for 48 hours because it's so extreme value. Like, you don't understand the value you just got tonight. And if you don't, that's okay. Keep watching this replay. Something's going to click for you, right? So watch it while it's available. Share it with all your friends and family. Hit the social network buttons up above and I think way at the bottom, but don't worry with those. The social network, I would really, truly appreciate that. If you just share this on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere that has a button up there that you have an account with, please just share this value with the people you know, because our whole goal is to get people unstuck from their current situation, right? And this is 90% of it, like David said, you're 90% of the way there. All you gotta do is just take that leap of faith. And I wanted to ask Pam, I know she had to go pick up her son, her Spider-Man son over there. But yeah, do you have anything to add to that, Pam, or anything to add? I know you wanted to maybe close this out.
Jeff, what I might do as well, show my patent interrupt video. If you want me to show them that as well.
Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I'll put screen share.
Okay.
Where is it? Yeah. This is a big secret as well. Like, you lost both your legs tomorrow? Would you give up on life? Would you spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair, feeling sorry for yourself? Or would you push past the challenge and learn to walk again, step by step? How long have you been marketing online having not made money? How many thousands of dollars have you thrown into the hype and excitement of a new opportunity, only to see your money drive away in the Mercedes-Benz of your sponsor, who was so available when he first wanted you to join, to all of a sudden become busy after you paid? Is the fire in your belly going out? Or do you know in your heart that you can make it, given the right time and place? Which will it be? Wheelchair? Or will you walk again? Dare to stand tall and hold your head up high, not only to walk, but to run towards your personal freedom. Leave the people sitting in their wheelchairs as you show them what's possible. I've gotten out of my wheelchair and walked, and finally created personal freedom after years of struggling online. Like a child learning to walk for the first time, they often fail. But do you see them give up and say they'll crawl for the rest of their life? Or do you see them keep going until they finally can walk? Somewhere between when we first begin to walk as a child and when we first fall over as an adult, we lose the will to get up and try again. But consistency and persistence is key, as it always pays off. Yep, so you can see that's going to position yourself differently to most marketers. Yeah, let's get Jeff back.
Yeah, that's huge right there. Like that should give y'all a lot of ideas of how to create that pattern in a video, right? And David, if you will you leave that in the comments when we leave here tonight, in case people want to go back and watch that and just kind of study what you did there?
Yep, no worries.
We don't suggest that you go and lay in front of a train to get that effect. Just saying.
Yeah. Results.
We know some people are a little bit too coachable.
Results are not typical. Do not try this at home.
Don't try this at home. So we need to talk about what we're going to do for the people on the Hangout tonight as well. For those of you that are excited now about having a capture page and starting off solo ads or running solo ads, what we're going to do for you in the next 24 hours is if you purchase 200 clicks or more from Jeff, David is going to create you a capture page along with Jeff.
Yep.
That's going to be converting like a beast. And I also want you to remember that Jeff has other services. He's our funnel builder extraordinaire.
SEO.
Yeah, our SEO and funnel builder.
SEO genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
He really is. And we are, as he said, he's a coaching client of ours, but he's not really. He's more like a business partner and a great friend. And we send a lot of work his way as far as the programming side of it, because he's just so freaking good at it.
Yep.
And I would highly recommend that if you're going to do it, get your credit card out, get some clicks. You can buy the traffic at the bottom of the page. Do it now and then link into him, and you'll get the most amazing capture page of your life, and you'll get more leads than you would, I could guarantee, with the capture page you've got at the moment.
The thing is, like us and Jeff have all been there at one point where you guys are right now. So we understand where you're at. That's why we're bringing this extreme value to the Hangout, is to give you guys a leg up, because it's something that we didn't get until like maybe a couple years
until we got a coach. Until
you find the right mentor.
Yeah.
So this is our way of giving back to the marketplace and giving you that leg up that will save you literally years of learning. It will cut years off your learning curve. So that's the purpose behind it, is to give you extreme value, to give you a leg up and get you making money faster. So that's what the purpose of our trainings are.
Yeah, and the three of us are really available through Facebook chat. That's probably the best way to get hold of all of us. And we can get on a Skype call with you and cater to what you need. You know, we'll talk to you about your business and cater to what it is that you need.
Yep.
So friend Jeff on Facebook, get in touch with him. And if you want that opportunity, grab 200 clicks now, because it's only going to last for 24 hours. Hey, Jeff. So I think you've already
because like my Facebook is already blowing up over here, honestly. And so, you know, in order to provide everybody with the quality service that you deserve, you know, 24 hours is the max that we can do. Now we can run more than 200 clicks if that's what you want to do, but you have to at least get 200 clicks, and David's going to provide you with a custom capture page, you know, that's gonna blow you away, right? And it's going to get you leads on your list. It's going to get you a highly responsive list, right? So that's the whole purpose, is to build a list so that you can keep marketing to them over and over, building that relationship that Pam was talking about earlier with them, providing them extreme value 90% of the time, and only marketing to them 10% of the time. Just keep that in mind. Keep everything in mind that you heard here on the Hangout tonight. Guys, I have no doubt that you're going to succeed, and you're going to be blowing up our emails saying, oh my God, Jeff, guess what? I finally got my first online sale. Guess what, David? Hey, your Hangout helped me to create a capture page that converts like a beast. You know, so guys, you definitely don't want to miss a second of what we said here tonight. You definitely want to catch this replay. Replay it right after this Hangout if you have to catch everything. But I'm not going to leave it up for very long. I can promise you that. David and Pam, thank you once again for coming on here and providing everybody with extreme value that they can take away and start using right now tonight and implement into their business and start getting more success than they've ever seen before. Like I said, if you don't have a business yet, if you're looking for that right business opportunity, click on that Get Access Now button right below this Hangout. Go over and start building you a blog with Kalatu Network. Get with a Kalatu blogging system. Get in touch with me, David, or Pam. We're all going to help you. We all just want to pay it forward to you. So yeah, get in touch with us. And guys, we're going to see you next week on same time, same day, everything. And we may even provide you with the results that we were able to get from this capture page that we built because we will be running traffic to it. So make sure that you tune in. Make sure you friend us on Facebook so that we can keep in touch, and so that you'll know exactly when the Hangout's going to be and all that good stuff. And guys, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us for a little over 2 hours now. So thank you so much.
Before we go, Jeff, why don't we put an offer out there, because the basic funnel builds are 3,000. Why don't we put the first person that purchases a funnel off you, we'll create that on a Hangout and then get results as well. But I think we'll only one. Yeah, that would definitely work. So yeah, gets it for half price, and we'll create it on the next Hangout.
Okay, they don't have the price. Shit. If y'all are crazy, don't take that off. You're max crazy if you don't take it off. I'm gonna be honest with you, because she just like took my money and threw it out the window. Like, I don't care about your money, Jeff. We're just gonna build somebody a funnel. So my wife's gonna kill me, by the way. But if I'm not dead by next week, then if I'm not dead by next week, then I'll definitely build somebody a funnel.
I'm the ideas person, remember?
It's only the first person. Hey, baby, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Pam did it. I didn't do it. I didn't have anything to do with it.
If you want that funnel, you better get in quick, whoever you are.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, we'll catch you next week on the Hangout.
Catch you guys.
All right. See you. Thank you.